Dwight continues to recover. He's in front of us right now in a wheelchair. The leg he was shot in, and then a setback. His femur actually cracked because they took bone marrow out of that leg, correct?
Correct. They took bone marrow out of my right leg to repair my left leg, and 3 weeks post-operation, my right femur cracked. And I saw my strong leg became my weak leg, and my weak leg became my strong leg.
Imagine how that works. I know setbacks and no more of that, but I want to talk about the night that you went out, that you got a call, and you went to Holiday Hills. This was just a well-being check.
It was just a well-being check. We get a call from out of state saying that the wife had called him to tell him that her husband wanted to kill her. So this guy from Michigan calls us, "You need to go check on this woman." And me and 2 of my other partners wound up going over there. We made contact with Scott Peters through the door. He wouldn't open the door. He told us to get off his property many times, told us, we need to leave. We're not wanted here.
And
we're not needed here.
You're announcing you're with the sheriff's department. It's a well-being check.
Yeah. We're the sheriff's. We're the sheriff's police. We need to talk to you. We need to talk to your wife. We need to make sure everybody's okay. Nope, you're not coming in. You're not coming in. Just get off my property. Finally, he just said, "Okay, come in." And right then and there, I knew something was going on. Something was wrong. That this was not an everyday occurrence.
And you say everyday occurrence. We're talking to Deputy Dwight Maness here with us from the McHenry County Sheriff's Office because there's a high percentage of these calls where you go, you make contact. And just to go back to the night that I did the ride-along with you, before you get into what happened here, and many know the story already, Dwight,
right.
Is I even said to you, and it was eerie the morning that I found out that you got shot at this Holiday Hills incident. We were walking up to the house after this woman who was battered at the hospital. We were driving up to the house to see if the perpetrator, to see if he was there. And I said to you, what's to stop this guy from poking out of the window and just shooting at us? And you said,
I said, nothing.
He goes, nothing. So guess what I did? I started to step backwards a little bit.
Right.
And I was a little bit nervous. So,
that was after you slammed the car door to give up.
Well, I did get chided for that one. I slammed the door.
Right.
Dwight turns to me. He goes, "The reason that we pull up with the lights off is we want the element of surprise."
To be discreet.
And you're slamming the door like you're getting out at a football game or something. Okay. So take us through. So Scott Peters that night, Holiday Hills. It's a well-being check. There's this guy that calls, and he allegedly says, look, this guy allegedly said he's going to kill his wife. Can you go check on him? He says to come in, and that what happens after that?
Well, like I said, I knew right then and there that this is going to go south real quick. So red flags are going up. My training, my Army training kicked in. My police training kicked in. Trying to get away, trying to get off the porch, the little stoop that
you're
it was
right there.
on.
There's a door.
There's a door there.
Yeah.
There's no cover whatsoever. Me and my partner are standing right there. We're not in front of the door, but we're there on the stoop. And then he finally says, if we're going to do this, let's do this, and start shooting through the door. I got shot twice in the back at that time. My partner got shot in the leg, and she took one in the vest also. So we went around the garage to take cover, and I was calling into command to let them know what was going on. Scott Peters comes out of his house and makes a remark, I'm an airborne paratrooper. Are you ready to die? Because I am. And starts shooting. So we're my other partner, my third partner, he starts returning fire. And I went to go retrieve a rifle because that's what Scott Peters was firing. He was firing a rifle. So I went to go retrieve my rifle so we could end this conflict, take out the threat. That's what we're trying to do. And in the instant that I went to go retrieve it, I was shot in the leg.
And that was it. I mean, you basically fell to the ground. It was your femur that was shot.
It was my femur that shattered. It tore the main vein in my leg. So after that, I was lying underneath a street lamp in clear view. My pistol had flew from my hand and skated across the street like a.
So yeah, then you have no way to defend yourself.
Right. So now, I crawl about 100 yards just to get away, just to get in the darkness. And then what seemed like forever, I was trying to get to my car to get a tourniquet so I can put it on my leg and get my rifle so I could end the threat and help out my other partner. But then another officer from Island Lake came and put a tourniquet on my leg and drug me to the ambulance.
And then you're transported to the hospital. This is Deputy Dwight Maness talking about the night, the early morning when he was shot, and it's Kalia Sakowitz as the other deputy.
Yes, she was the partner. She was the one that got shot in the leg.
And was it Deputy Luna who was there that night, too?
Deputy Luna, yes.
My memory serves.
Yes.
I know. We've been following this as friends, and to hear the story. And I think it's important to point out this all started from a well-being check. And I wanted you to have you on to talk about that because really at the end of the day, you don't know what could have happened. It's purely speculation on our part, but you don't know. This guy's got a rifle in his hand. He decides to start shooting at police officers. You guys showing up that night maybe averted what ultimately could have happened that night, just what happened to be a well-being check.
Correct. And while I'm lying in the ER and they're working on me, my first recollection was, did she get out? Did she get out of the house?
Was she safe? That's the reason that you guys were there, to check on her.
And they said yes, and she got out of the house, and that's why we do what we do. And if I could do it tomorrow, I'd do it all over again.
That's Deputy Dwight Maness. Can we make some noise for Dwight, man? I know, coming on the airwaves and telling the story, bro. We really appreciate it, man. So
thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.